the police have given up looking for them, but we're gonna go back and interview everyone and, and dig up new details. And so I guess it's more like the mystery aspect of it that I find interesting. And, sometimes they actually do find the killer or anyway, I mean, yeah.
So that's
pretty cool.
Yeah, I love podcasts, obviously.
Yeah.
So, and how is your son doing right now?
Well, we went through a pretty crazy year with him.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say besides the story of his birth, which was very difficult, I'd say it's probably the second most difficult period of our life.
Oh, I'm sorry for that. I really am.
Oh, thanks. And again, it was more the mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So he starting around the end of fourth grade or so, and then over that summer, which was over a year ago, he just started having episodes of uncontrollable rage.
Mm-hmm.
And I know
that's so scary.
Lots of moms out there are going to be like,
Well, yeah. It's so common.
Like, he's too small to punch holes in the walls, but that kind of rage, attacking us, threatening to basically eviscerate us with knives. Very graphic details about ways he wanted to kill us.
Oh boy.
And us having to pin him down, spitting, biting, kicking, and some of this not to huge degrees, but some of it was happening at school. And and when he started fifth grade, which was last year, he actually started refusing to go to school. And so, that was a whole ordeal, trying to get him to go, trying to get him to stay while he was there.
Wow. Yeah.
And I think there was just a lot of different parts to it happening. I think he did not understand why he was having these rages. I think he felt humiliated by them after they were over with, ashamed. He lost some friends at school because they were frightened of him. He had his teacher. I mean, I don't think it was a good teacher fit to begin with. But she really just did not like him after he started showing behavior. And I'm not saying I blame her.
Well, you be realistic, but still, I mean, that can't have been easy for him.
Right. I mean, it was a long story. I don't want to go into details, but we ended up pulling him out of the public school, which was actually pretty sad because up to that point, he'd actually been doing pretty well there and had some really great teachers, and like his OT was phenomenal, and he had some really good experiences there. But when it fell apart fast.
Okay.
And so we ended up placing him in a private school where he has been since May.
Okay.
They actually have a summer session. It goes all year because it's a school for kids who are on the autism spectrum and who have some behavior issues. So
excellent. And how's he doing?
He's actually, I mean, he has his rough days, and they're actually set up for that. They have a padded room. The safe room.
Yep. Heard of him.
He's made acquaintance with the safe room on a couple of times, but I'd say overall, he's doing so much better. I mean, and he's on some medications for the behaviors, so we haven't been seeing them escalate to the point that they were before. And I mean, we've become better at heading them off, seeing the early signs. He's gotten better at controlling himself. And he is going to school, which is amazing because I just never would have thought that he would ever willingly go to school again.
Well, yeah, I bet it seemed like it would never end.
It did. And, still feeling a little PTSD from the whole thing.
Tell me.
Still kind of waiting for the day that, he
the call from the
to go
school,
back.
you mean?
Yeah, like your
that
child
one?
is too. Yeah, your child is too much. We can't have him here, and good luck to you.
Yes.
Because after this, the only other place for him is basically a loony bin.
Yeah.
But anyway, this is Tara. I'm really making some macabre jokes here, and I apologize again.
No. I think some gallows humor is in order because if we didn't have that, I don't know. I just I think that it's really great though that he's got a place. He's doing better in the school, and behaviors are somewhat better.
Yeah, because this is what they do, and they work with him about putting his feelings into words, and and ways to work it out. And he's found his people there.
Good. Does he have some friends?
Yeah, he's probably had more like social invitations in the few months he's been there than like the last few years at his public school.
That's good.
Because it's naturally, it's a small school. There's only 5 kids in his class, so it's just by nature a closer knit community with the parents, more involved, and more involved with each other, I think.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I'm glad to hear about that. I know when I saw you at the walk, I think you were really having trouble with his behaviors.
Yeah, that was kind of like right when things were starting.
Yeah, and here you are on the other side of it.
Yeah.
Not that that's complete reassurance because I get it. It's just a day-to-day thing as far as never knowing what's going to happen. And the seizures, like you said, he's still having them, but
yeah, I mean, we did do a pre-surgical evaluation, and it's still on the table. But I don't know. I feel like we really need to get stabilized with this school situation. And he's on the verge of puberty, and who knows what that's going to bring. And how it might even affect his seizures. They could go away. I've heard that happens, or they could just get so much worse that it actually makes the decision easier.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're wise to hang back and, one thing at a time, one new change, one big event, one surgery, one school changing.
Yeah.
Well, that's, pretty much all I have as far as questions. No, you've been really good as far as being open and sharing this stuff with me. I really appreciate it, Marlo.
Yeah.
I think it'll be helpful. Do you have any, I'm trying to think, anything else that you'd like to share that has been difficult? I guess one thing I thought of was how did you manage the behaviors at home? Did you have people help you with that, or did you and your husband figure that out on your own, trial and error with?
Yeah, I mean, he's been seeing a psychologist since he was about 6 years old. So, there was between her and we brought on another psychologist who was a little closer to home and who dealt with older children, because he's sort of transitioning between play therapy to talk therapy, sort of developmentally making that transition. So he had his play therapist and was starting with a talk therapist. I mean, probably
Good.
I mean, honestly, the biggest help was probably the medication. You can't really discount that.
No, you can't. You absolutely can't.
As much as you hate to throw in another med on top of everything else.
Yeah, who knows what's causing what and where it's coming from, and
and then we try to steer clear of the situations where he tends to get angry, and this was my husband's idea. He put like this whiteboard next to his bedroom, and kind of like with squares in it for like, now I'm in the green zone, now I'm yellow, now I'm red, and when I'm red, do not come near me.
Yeah, that's so he can self-monitor and
and so he would get angry, he'd go switch his the magnetic button to red zone and slam his door, and we knew that he needed a cool off period, and could give him some space after that. And
did that help? Would he be able to go in and work through it, come out calmer?
Yeah. A lot of times he would just fall asleep and then wake up and be like, I don't know what just happened there. Because he's not himself. He is absolutely not himself when he's in that. He's completely irrational. You can't reach, the person that inside of that. So
I do know what you're talking about.
It's probably every bit as frightening to him as it is to us.
Yeah. I've had to like switch that switch in my own head, like, he's going through this and it must be so scary, even though it's awful for us,
Right.
I know it's just as bad for him, but,
right.
Yeah, that's good to share that, I don't know, maybe somebody can use that technique. So.
Yeah, there, it's, and it's not like it's so easy, but yeah, definitely professionals out there who have, can help with a lot of strategies, I think.
You got the mental health help for him pretty early.
Yeah.
Which is great.
We did.
And that's hard. I found that to be very challenging. So just, going to changing a therapist, going to a different one, trying to explain this condition that's so complicated and complex.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's good people out there that are helpful. So it's definitely worth it and necessary, I think.
Yeah. I mean, you'll pay, you'll pay your mortgage and, but I don't know. What else can you do?
What else can you do? I know. Yeah. Well, I think we've talked for a good amount of time and got some good information. So I am going to let you go and get on with your day. But I really appreciate it. And
well, I wish you good luck with
your
project, and I'm very curious to hear the other stories. I enjoyed listening to Justin.
Yeah. I just interviewed his mom, so that'll be interesting. I'm going to try to get as many people as I can. So if you know anyone that think might be a good guest, send them my way.
All right, I will.
All right. Well, take care, Marlo.
All right. Thanks, Jill.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.